if this stuff isn't working out, if it isn't lining up, this might not be the thing.
I
Even
agree.
if you wanted it to be the
Mhm.
thing in the moment, it
Totally.
might not be the thing. You can probably really hear the
And the thing
chickens.
is better than what you ever anticipated.
Mhm.
And I've said this in the last few podcasts, like I never thought I was going to be able to go back to Hawaii.
Welcome to Elevated Life, Real Wellness and Transformation Podcast, where we walk alongside the internally driven individual as they transform their life through wellness, movement, mindset, and personal responsibility. If that's you, you're in the right place. Let's jump in.
Oh my goodness, we made it.
We are finally here.
We are finally here. It has been crazy. And you guys, we're recording this and then we're going to upload it for you because, yeah, for some reason we thought we would have time to like record podcasts. And then that didn't happen. And so this is real time. So when we upload this a day late on Tuesday, what is it, August
The 4th?
4th?
Yeah.
Like we
4th.
literally recorded it, an hour before you guys are hearing this. You're also hearing in the background chickens, doves, and other birds because chickens on Kauai are a thing. There are roosters and chickens.
Yeah.
And so that's what you're hearing. And that's just how it's going to be because we're just embracing that. That's part of this podcast now.
And maybe if we record one after dark, you'll hear geckos.
Yeah, exactly. So it's been kind of a wild ride. Let's chat with the people about what this last week entailed and
where do we start?
Well,
What
let's
did we-
see. We left on Thursday of a couple
the
weeks ago.
23rd, 24th.
I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, then we traveled to Washington on the west side, right? Because we lived in Washington. We traveled to the west side and dropped our luggage off with the oldest daughter and then headed down the coastline.
Just real quick, for any of you that saw, because you posted on Instagram the video and TikTok, I guess, of packing the car.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that luggage rack thing was awesome. If not, we'll get it posted.
I don't know if I think so. I can't remember. I feel that like that was a year ago.
We were loaded down, bought a big thing to go on top of the car, and every nook and cranny of the car was packed to get to the west side to drop that stuff off and then adventure for a week before we jumped on a plane.
Yeah, and it was pretty crazy because we left and then we had to come back because the house hadn't. I mean, I forget all of this, right? Because it's been like a week.
That's right.
There was just like, it was a clusterfuck at the end with the house. Super frustrating. But it finally closed. So we left and then got to.
And maybe we'll talk about that more on a different podcast.
Yeah, we're just giving you an update, guys. Yeah. And then had to go back to the house with like, we're like, okay, bye house. And then had to go back, deal with some stuff for a couple of hours and then leave. And then headed over the North Cascades.
And it was gorgeous. I mean, that never disappoints.
No.
It's just, if you're in the area and have the opportunity, it isn't even that much longer if you're, on the north part of the state. And it's just so beautiful.
Yeah, it really is. So yeah, we went down, dropped off the luggage, like I said earlier, and then headed out the next day to Forks. And I don't know if you guys saw on, I don't know, social media, we did our own little Twilight reenactment. That was so funny.
Goofier than shit, but so much fun.
So hard, like deep belly laughed.
Yeah.
And then we just cruised down through the Olympic National Forest. It was just stunning.
It was. Took a couple wrong turns, so we got to see lots of the area.
Yeah.
It was great. It was a great drive.
And then our first stop was in Westport, right? Which is like this little fishing town. We didn't realize that it wasn't part of Ocean Shores when we booked the Airbnb or the inn, whatever. But, had a nice stop there. It was great. Just stayed the night and then cruised on to
Real quick though, when we were there, not many places to eat, and so we just there's a little mini boardwalky area, and there were a couple places that were pretty full, but one of the places was called Aloha Alabama Barbecue.
Yeah. And we were like, we gotta go there.
Hey, let's stop in there. And wouldn't recommend it.
No. No.
But it was an experience.
Yeah. I mean, the people were nice.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we headed on to Cannon Beach, which was just amazing. Stayed there for 2 nights. The weather was so beautiful. In fact, I got like a sunburn laying out in the sun on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Just gorgeous. Had a great time. What do you want to add to Cannon Beach? Did you like Cannon Beach?
I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was spectacular. I mean, yeah, beautiful weather for the Oregon coast.
Yeah.
The one day. And we got rain too, and that was fine. Just trying to think. No, it was pretty.
I know, doesn't it feel like it was
relaxing.
like a year ago?
Yeah, it does.
A lifetime ago.
So much has happened, but just a great, normal. We're like 2 minutes from the beach, and walked on the beach every morning. Went to the tide pools. What I would recommend for anybody going to the Cannon Beach area, because we were a little bit south in Cannon Beach, but the south end of Cannon Beach, the tide pools south of Haystack Rock are just as good, if not better, than
and
Haystack
less populated.
Rock. Almost nobody there.
Yeah.
So yeah, just a tip. What are those called?
Hot tips.
Hot tip. Thank you.
Hot tips.
Hot tip. If you're going to that area,
yeah,
that was great. Saw so many starfish and other
beautiful.
And, yeah.
So then we headed to Pacific City to see daughter number 2, and what did we do? We just went to the beach and had a great time. Played with the G baby. That was amazing.
Hey friends, if you're getting something out of this, connect with us on our social media platforms. We're at CJ Elevated Life _ on Instagram and TikTok, and CJ Elevated Life on Facebook and X. We're answering DMs, sharing daily content, and building community with people ready for real transformation. For now, hit subscribe wherever you're listening, Apple, Spotify, YouTube. We drop 2 new episodes every week. And if this episode resonates, share it. That's how we reach more people who are ready for change. You can also find everything at cjelevatedlife.com. All right, let's keep going.
At this point in the trip, towards the end, it was like, oh my gosh, we have been traveling for like a full week.
Yeah.
Or close to, and just ready, like a bull in a chute. Just prepare. Like, I just want to get there.
Well, yeah, because we also, we've not had our stuff for a while, and as soon as we packed up the moving crate bins, I got no words today. Apparently, what are they called? Shipping containers.
The containers. Oh.
Then we started selling the rest of because then we had a really good idea.
Yeah.
And so selling the rest of the furniture. So the last few days in the Tonasket house were essentially in an empty house.
Yeah.
So
it was brutal.
It's been a long time since we just had furniture and in our
somewhere
own home.
To sit. Yeah. So anyway, after that, we've headed back to, we stopped in Oregon and met my best friend, Megan, in Salem for dinner, and then headed back to Washington State to spend the last couple of days with the oldest daughter, youngest daughter, grandbaby in Marysville, and ended up going to the aquarium in Seattle. We got to see the Blue Angels because it was Seafair. Is that, super nice time. And then it was like go time after that, right? Yeah. Go to the airport time.
Well, the adventures of trying to get, because we tried to bring as much stuff as we could on the plane, check bags, stuff that we thought we'd need, because it's the 4th. We probably won't have our stuff for 2 more weeks from the container. So, and there's a limit of 50 pounds or they charge you extra. So we went through the whole ordeal on Saturday morning of trying to get all our stuff into bags and figuring out 50 pounds, and had to go get another suitcase from Marshall's on Saturday morning. And eventually it was just like, fuck it. We got what we got, and let's
I
just
don't
get
even
to the
care.
airport. I think we ended up having like 6 or 7 check bags.
Yeah. And like maybe 1 or 2 were a little bit over. I can't remember. And I honestly didn't care at that point. I was like, just pay the money.
Yeah.
I don't care. It was really interesting though, because as we closed out the Tonasket house, and the only stressor, legitimate stressor in this entire move has been navigating the sale of the house. The moment we left, like the second time left, it's like I didn't even give a fuck.
Yeah.
I had been swimming in this frustration for ever. And it just, I was like, whatever. If it doesn't close, I don't give a fuck. I'll put it on the market with a different real estate agent. Like, I just didn't care. And it just seamlessly, when I let it go.
Yeah.
So that's my little nugget, you know, trying to, and I don't want to say I was trying to control it, but I had to actively not get metally in my mind and get really fucking pissed off, like actively, like all those tools that we talk about of just let it go, let it flow, you know, trying to balance the, okay, these are emotions and I don't want to shove them down deep, because you don't want to do that. It's not good for the body or the mind, but also, you know, feeling the emotions, but then not flipping the fuck out, for lack of a better term.
Yeah. And it's just been time after time. And, you know, we've got lots of stories, and they may come out in various other podcasts, may not, I don't know. But time after time of when we just convinced ourselves to let things go, they're going to work out, it'll be fine. They did.
Yeah.
And
every single time.
Not the way that we expected necessarily. But yeah, every single time it has. So it's just more, you know, it's, we talk about how, you know, there's been so many learning opportunities and growing opportunities, and maybe we're like good for a little bit on getting more growing opportunity. Like we know we're learning, we got it, but there are just so many of those reminders that shit's going to go the way it's going to go. And you can either get all fucking weird about it or just let it go.
Totally. And you know, the thing is, guys, is saying that and walking it out, like that's where the rubber meets the road, right? That's where you can tell, like, oh, it's like the test, right? You're like, okay, I've studied for this test. I'm good to go. And then all of a sudden you have this experience where you need to walk it out, and it's difficult. It just is. But it feels good and freeing as you slowly but surely do that.
And I will say too, it's a testament to having a good partner in your life that can help you do that, whether it's a spouse or a friend or, you know, whatever, that doesn't matter. But having somebody that, because I think rarely did we have times at the same time where we were kind of straying away from that mindset a little bit, but we were able to really help each other. At least I feel like you were able to help me in the times that I was getting a little worked up.
Same, rein it in.
Hey, it's fine. It's gonna be fine. We're just relax. Let's, you know, whatever. So that was a blessing to have that. So thank you.
Yeah. And thank you, because, you know, it could have blown up, honestly.
Oh yeah. But there was definitely opportunities for it.
Yeah. So real quick, I just want to say, you know, my heart right now goes out to the people of Tonasket, because the day that we flew out, the big ass fire came through, and I watched that thing on the airplane the entire time creep close, very close to our old house, and just remembering how that feels, because, you know, as you guys know, I had a house burnt down in 2015 with the Okanagan complex fire. the stress, the anxiety, like all of that. It just, so anyway, I just want all of you that are listening in the Tonasket area to know that, our heart is with you. And if you choose to help fire survivors that have lost things, I really want to encourage you to not dump off your old yard sale shit, because after your house burns down and you have copious amounts of clothes and dirty underwear and random blankets and to sift through, because you just have to, because of is this going to fit me? Is this going to fit my child? Oh, it's not. Now I have to go do tons of donation runs. So the best thing that you could do is, number one, toiletries are always good if you want to buy something like tangible, but gift cards or hard cash. Like those are the two best things that you can do. Anything other than that is a headache. And, maybe I'm not speaking for everyone, but I think across the board, like, just get some gift cards for people, or, food, or help them find a camper to live in. Like, those are the real things. Food, shelter, and clothing. That's basically where your mind is right after you lose everything, especially if you have a family. It's like, okay, we have to get these things in check. So gift cards are the best option. Yeah. So anyway, we take off, we fly on the airplane, and then we land. And
that was all smooth.
Very smooth. Like, every single thing has gone very smooth. We came to the rental, and you guys can see in the back, if you're watching on YouTube, this is kind of what it's looking like now. It came furnished. So
my back is just the window. Sorry.
We're just adjusting to, where we want to put things. And then what, sir?
Well, again, I feel like a broken record with, everything going smooth, but because we had, like, between our carry-ons and our check bags, we had like 10 or 11 bags. So, forgot to mention though, we might as well get into these things. On the way to the airport on Saturday, when we were still in Marysville, stopping to get coffee to get to the airport, I get a message. We rented a car through Turo. If you're not familiar, it's like more like a ride share kind of a thing, but it's just renting people's cars. We get a message, hey, your car got canceled. You don't have a vehicle anymore, because it came back with a flat tire. So now, we're getting ready to get to the airport and we have no rental car. So jump on there. Fortunately, there was another, and we needed a pickup because all the stuff.
We have 8,000 bags.
Fortunately, there was another pickup. So we got, in the time we were waiting in line at the coffee stand. One Turo got canceled. Another one got booked. So that was fine. So got here, I ran and jumped in the van and went and got the Turo, got back and picked up Johnna and Emma and all of our stuff. Took a wrong turn and didn't make it to Walmart until we circled around. And I was trying to go off memory and didn't work. But anyway, went to Walmart, grabbed some essentials for Saturday night.
Yeah, like a bed, an air bed.
Yeah.
That's what we've been sleeping on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And got here and it was spectacular.
Yeah, it's been great. So here's a crazy story, guys, because when you are aligned with what you're supposed to do, things work out. Now, I would say the cost of entry to that, which I had this epiphany in a meditation yesterday, right across the street and down like 3 minutes, is the ocean. So that's where I go to meditate. The cost of entry is pretty much a complete ego death, a losing of pretty much everything. So that's the cost of entry. And I wouldn't take that back. Like, I wouldn't, because talk about worth it.
Hey, quick pause. If this episode is hitting you and you're ready for real tools, here's what we built.
Head on over to cjelevatedlife.com Pick up the rebuilt method for men
Whoa.
or the rebuilt method for women, just $67 each. We also created the Parasite Detox Blueprint at $37. And this is actually the exact protocol we use ourselves.
And while you're there, sign up for the newsletter. You'll get the weekly action steps and new tools we've tested ourselves. Let's get back to the episode.
But I reached out on Thursday. Was it Thursday?
I think so.
We were traveling. I don't remember where because everything's a blur.
Yeah.
So I think I told you guys a while ago about a job that was on Craigslist on Kauai. A beach hut was hiring. You sign people up for surf lessons, pass out towels and beach chairs. And I was like, that's something I want to do. But it was posted 2 months ago, and I knew that they would probably fill that position, so I didn't reach out. Well, on Thursday, I went ahead and sent a cover letter and a resume and got an email back on Friday that they wanted to schedule an interview for this job. And I was like, okay. So before I even got on the airplane, I had a job interview. And it was for what's today, Tuesday?
Yeah, it was Monday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
So it was yesterday. Anyway, went to the interview yesterday and got the job. And the interview was about 45 minutes, and maybe 5 minutes of it was actually talking about the actual job. But yes, I will be working for Kauai Surf School in the beach hut, signing people up for surf lessons right on the beach and passing out chairs to people who need beach chairs and towels to people who need towels. So that is beyond exciting.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of downplay it a little bit. It'll be interesting to see where it goes. But because you're also going to learn like about the tides and when certain people should go out.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, I'm super excited. This is exactly kind of what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So
I do want to reiterate something before I tell the next story about the car. Because as we've listened to podcasts over the years and listened to people talk about how everything just falls into place, and
so annoying.
It is, and it feels like that's what we're saying.
Yeah,
here.
but it's because everything has been so shitty.
Well, what I wanted to say is it's not something that's unique to us or unique to
anyone.
those people, whatever. It really, and you already said it, I just want to reiterate, it really is a testament to being in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing, whatever that is, whether it's a move like this or opening a business or starting a ranch, out in the middle of nowhere, whatever your thing is, when you've found that, the old phrase, the stars align.
Yeah.
Right. That truly is a thing. And it's not, it's just because you found your thing.
Your purpose on the planet.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So I think that's, I think that was something that was lost as we were listening to that stuff early in this, process or whatever. It just seemed like, oh yeah, shit's easy. You just think about it and it happens.
Yeah.
Like, that's such bullshit.
Yeah.
Because I've been thinking about a lot of stuff that hasn't happened.
Totally. That was a year and a half of thinking and, doing all this shadow work or however you want to, whatever you want to call it. And then listening to people just be like, oh, I just, created a PDF and sold the bazillion copies in a week. And here we go. And I was just like, what? Like, that sounds great. But I've been doing all this work. We've been doing all this work and just hitting a wall. And then so, finally, when it's our turn, right? When we've done all the work, when we've done all the things.
And found the thing that it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I think that's the hardest part, is realizing, if this stuff isn't working out, if it isn't lining up, this might not be the thing. Even if you wanted it to be the thing in the moment,
totally,
it might not be the thing. You can probably really hear that.
And the thing is better than what you ever anticipated. And I've said this in the last few podcasts, like I never thought I was going to be able to go back to Hawaii. Like that was, talk about the universe just hitting a home run, right?
Yeah.
Like it was better than what I anticipated. So if you're in this space of I've done this, and nothing's working, then there is something better. But it really is like this adventure of finding out what that is. That's where the growth is. And that's where the frustration is. And, you know, if someone's telling you, oh, no, it's fucking frustrating because you're turning over every rock. Where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to be doing? But then it makes it that much sweeter when you lift up the rock to like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
Right. And then everything just opens up.
Yep.
And it's such a blessing. I'm so grateful. I can't believe I'm here. And everyone we've met has just been incredible. You want to tell the car story?
Yeah,
This
last
is the
night's
funniest
story.
stuff.
So we're just shipping over one vehicle, but we need something in the interim, and we need another little runaround car, you know, whatever. So we're just looking to get an island car, and Johnna's looking on Craigslist and finds one, and old Corolla, Toyota Corolla.
Yep.
Just like perfect, exactly what we're looking for. Run forever, little runaround car. So she messages the person, and there's some back and forth. And we're going to go meet them at they're a traveling nurse. And so we're going to go meet them in a hospital, like, 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
Something at 6:00. I'm like, sweet. All right, let's go. So we make our way over there, and, it's a little bit before. Johnna's messaging, no response. And so we're waiting, and it's like 6:20. Like, well, maybe we just got to take a drive.
Yeah.
Because, whatever. And getting ready to leave, and the guy messaged back like, hey, I'm on my way out. Perfect. So he comes out, and we're looking at the car, and it just so happens. And, people might be skeptical about some of this stuff in the story, but I trust them.
Yeah.
It seems like everything lines up. So he's like, the check engine light just came on today. And it happened one other time, and then it went off. So the check engine light's on. I want to get that checked out before I sell the car. I'm like, okay, that's awesome. So he's like, I was going to get it done today. I, had too much stuff in my job. So I got a buddy that lives like 5 minutes down the road. We're just going to go to his house. He's got a scanner, the car scanner thing, and then we'll get it checked out and figured out. So if you just want to follow me, we'll just head over there. So we're like, what the fuck is going on? and we just kind of looked at each other and like,
this is what we're doing.
This is what we're doing.
This is what we're doing.
So let's give it a shot. So we go cruising, and like 2 minutes down the road, he pulls off where we think we're going to head to the guy's house, and then just like does a U-turn in the road and stops. So we pull over and like, what is going on? So he jumps out and he's like, hey, I just got a text from the guy. He's in a town the other way a few minutes. So he's just going to meet us back at the hospital. Okay. At this point, we're in it. Yeah. So,
this
is
it's, a great story.
It's either going to be this story or it's going to be on like 48 hours or something. So we head back to the hospital. The guy jumps out. He's like, I got to go back in. And I don't know if I said this. He's like an x-ray tech or an imaging person. He's like, I got to go in and take care of this. It should only take like 10 minutes. The other dude will be here in like 3 minutes. Like, okay. So then we're sitting here with this guy's car, and we're in our rig. Like, some other random dude's going to show up. And so we're sitting there, and like 5 minutes later, the car owner comes back out. And then a couple minutes later, his buddy shows up. Turns out he's like a service manager or something in the service department of the local Ford dealership. And he's still got all of his uniform on and everything. And so he jumps out with his code reader, reads it, lets us know what it is. And so
spark plugs, guys, spark plugs. That's it.
Yep. And of course, for those of you who aren't familiar with the part of the island culture is, and you can talk to it more, but people like to talk story.
Yeah.
And basically what that means,
nothing's taking 5 minutes, guys. Like, we're going to chat it up. We're going to talk about our kids and our future and just, the nicest people.
Fantastic.
Super transparent. Like the guy, I'm like, he said, I don't like being broken down on the side of the road. I want this to be fixed. Like, just, so nice.
Yep. Traveling nurse. So that's why he was getting rid of the car. And like, okay, so the guy, after we get that whole thing done and the service manager guy leaves and we're pretty confident in it.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, we've seen it run now, because we followed him, got up to the top speed limit's 50 miles an hour on the island, and we were going 50 plus. And so and we know it can do that.
Yeah. And you feel like you're going fast.
So fast.
Yeah.
So then he's like, okay, well, we negotiated. He knocked a little bit off the price because of that, which was super cool.
Yeah, he offered that.
Yeah. And then he's like, okay, well, the paperwork's at my house. I just live right down the road. So follow me. Like, all right, here we go. So we go cruising. It's a couple minutes away. Turns out it's right on the beach on a cool, but you kind of go
back road.
Go down a back road. Yeah.
Like a hidden beach.
Yeah. Not really sure where. So then we pull over and Johnna stays in the pickup and I go in with the guy and we go into his apartment. The first thing is like, hey, you want a beer? Like, hell yeah, I want a beer.
So then out comes Clint and Terry is his name with a beer. And they're just like, shooting the shit. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is my life. Not, I hope I don't run into anyone. I hope they, aren't passive aggressive in everything they say to me. Like, it's just like, it was so lovely. And then Clinton, they just hung out and like signed papers and went back and forth inside. And then the auntie, the neighbor was like, hi, how are you? I was like, hi. Like, this is, and I remember telling you guys this before, one of the hardest things to adjust to coming to the mainland is how I don't want to say rude, but to yourselves a little bit miserable. The mainlanders are, right? They're just not super friendly.
A little bit standoffish.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Complete opposite here. And I've been gone for 20 years, so I forget. And now I'm like, oh, that's right. Like, everyone's your best friend, right? And you're just like super, nice to everyone.
Yeah. And
all the time,
just going for it, and that's just part of what it is. So I just embraced it, and it worked out. And so I drove it back, and runs great.
Yeah. So now we have a zip around car.
So going through all that. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go. Well, I'm sorry.
I was gonna kind of move on because I was gonna say now we're just like got insurance for it. Now we got to get IDs, and we got to get I don't know what else. Get a bank account.
Yeah, we're going to the bank.
Doing the whole.
Licensing.
All the logistical stuff that we didn't do yesterday because we were running around still getting stuff for the house and all that. So
we have gone to the beach too. We took a nap on the beach, not yesterday, the day before. It's raining and it's like, 80 degrees, guys. And it's so nice. But anyway, but we live here now, so we don't have to shove everything into, a day. Like, oh my gosh, if I don't go to the beach today, then I'm not going to be able to, I only have a week to do this.
And especially like, this is my one day at Poipu, because tomorrow we're going up north and, so it's really nice to not have that.
It's so nice. So we're just adjusting and, obviously, we'll get back on topic, next week. This will be the only podcast this week because we just have these things that we need to finish up. And, that just takes time. Because not only we're also on island time, right? So we talked about how it took 2.5 hours to purchase a vehicle. That's how it's going to be for all these other things,
everything,
right?
Yeah.
You don't just run into anywhere and run out. It's just not like that. And if you don't embrace that, then it's going to be frustrating for you. And I'm talking about me, but, so everything it just takes longer. So this is the only podcast this week.
And you kind of mentioned it, but I think it's worth mentioning again. It's not just we've had a lot of update podcasts the
Mhm.
last couple month or whatever. Those are really going to tail off.
Yeah.
You know, we'll weave in some things here and there, but we're really going to get back onto, you know, some exercise stuff and some mental stuff and emotional things and, you know, all the other stuff that we talk about.
You know, I'm super impressed with us that we continued to podcast during this because you guys know if you've ever moved, it's really hard moving to an island from the mainland and continuing. Like, bravo to us.
I
just wanted
agree.
to say that. Like,
Yeah.
I know that, you know, we're not having to this week, but we're still podcasting, and that's not going to stop, guys. We're going to continue to podcast. Who knows, the content might change. I don't know. I'm really just riding the lazy river of life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in flow, whatever we're supposed to do, I'm totally all in with that. And that's basically how it's going to roll.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you so much for listening. Again, Tonasket, my heart just goes out to you. And, you know, the cool thing, the one blessing in when you have that kind of devastation, it really pulls the community together.
Mm-hmm.
And so lean into that,
Mm-hmm.
right? Lean into that. Getting to know your neighbors. Maybe you didn't know them before and now you do because they helped save your house, right? Like, that's a real thing. So anyway, thanks again for listening. Have a lovely day and aloha.